Before you hit the neighborhood for candy, let's get you started with something sweet. We've got Jacksonville looking for their first win ever in Seattle, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
From the home of the 12s, they raised the banner just a moment ago. We are set for football at Lumen Field here a mile south of downtown Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at the Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Herzlich willkommen zu Let's Play Madden NFL 22. Und heute geht es gegen die Jacksonville Jaguars, die 3-3 stehen und wir mit 5-2 und Arizona wieder mal mit einer Niederlage. Das ist das erste, was wir eingeblendet sehen. Und wir wollen natürlich den Sieg. Das ist doch klar.
The Jacksonville offense getting ready to begin this first drive, and at the helm, the #1 overall pick back in April, Trevor Lawrence, the rookie out of Clemson.
Aber dieser Mann will uns das nicht so einfach schenken. Trevor Lawrence. Aber ich hoffe, wir können ihn stoppen. Wir können ihm zeigen, wer hier das Ding macht. Und da haben wir ihn schon gleich eigentlich fast mit dem Sack. Mit Puna vor. Schon direkt durch und ihm erstmal Hallo gesagt. Und der ist nicht. Doch! Das ist bitter. Direkt so ein Ding zu kassieren ist bitter. Und da sind wir mit Bobby Wagner direkt. Keine Chance nach außen zu brechen wollen wir ihm jetzt geben, indem wir ihn einkesseln. Und da ist Jamal Adams mit dem Tackle. Bisher okay, der Drive. Und das ist perfekt, Jamal Adams mit der Interception. Yes! Direkt die Interception von Jamal Adams. Perfekt. Da hat er ihn. Keine Chance für Snell Jr. Und wir haben ihn. Pick 6. Und wir haben Lawrence gezeigt, auf was er sich hier einlassen muss. Dieses Game 7-0. Direkt für uns. Zack. Weg damit. Und am besten direkt weitermachen mit einem Stopp. Dritter und raus. Wäre das Beste, was wir jetzt machen könnten nochmal. Und das wäre, glaube ich, für mich jetzt persönlich noch die beste Antwort direkt mit einem dritten und raus. Okay, so nicht. Weil das war 1. und 1. 1. und 10 wieder. Neuer 1. und 10.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a
Und
first
da
down.
sind wir mit Bobby Ragnar und Jones dran, aber zu spät. Wieder neues
So
First
for
Down.
Trevor Lawrence, listen, the hype, the buzz,
In
whatever
Ordnung.
you want to call it, it just surrounds this guy. One of the most highly regarded draft picks of the last decade or two. What do you think defenses are going to throw at him here
Hey,
in his
Arno.
rookie season?
Well, I think all the edge rushers can't wait to get a shot.
Hey,
at him,
da haben wir
especially
das
his
Ticket
rookie
verpasst.
year, because they want to see if he can handle the pressure.
Und das
They
war ein
come
guter
at
Lauf
it,
von
but I think
Lawrence.
defensive coordinators, they know that he's well schooled and he's very
Das hat
intelligent.
wehgetan, das
They
Tackle
want that
dort zu
pressure on him.
verpassen.
Don't throw those normal blitzes. They also want to throw combo coverages in the secondary to see if he can read them.
Und der ist weg. Da wären wir wieder mit Spinner Ford durch gewesen eigentlich. Aber der ist schnell, der Junge. Aber da ist Bobby Ragnar. Und das ist kein Raumgewinn. Zählt aber auch, glaube ich, nur als Tackle. Ah, schade. Und da gibt's Roughing the Passer. Ja. Das war super getimed. Also da war... Das habe ich dann gesehen. Ich habe in dem Moment das Tackle gedrückt, als er auch gerade den Ball losgeworden ist. Also perfektes Timing von Lawrence. So. Und da ist Spinner Ford. Interception, sage ich denn, der Sack von Spinner Ford. Perfekt. Ich wollte erst hochspringen, falls er ihn wirft. Zum Glück sind wir dadurch überhaupt erst drangekommen an ihn. Durch das Hochspringen. Nein, und Bobby springt nicht hoch. Ja, wäre er hochgesprungen, hätte es ein Interception sein können oder ein Deflected Ball, also einfach wegwerfen, weghauen, gucken, was passiert. Aber so, ja, okay. Aus dem Winkel sieht es anders aus, da hätte er gar keine Chance gehabt, Bobby. Selbst wenn er hochgesprungen wäre. Und damit 7:7 und 1:47 noch auf der Uhr im ersten Quarter. Und wir kommen jetzt endlich das erste Mal aufs Feld. Mit Russell Wilson.
And for the first time, we get a look at the veteran Russell Wilson as he gets set to lead yet again the Seattle Seahawks offense.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year. He got the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
Der
He got touchdowns, I got picks. I like going back watching the film
heute
with you.
wieder,
We thought it was a good
wie
performance
letzte
in person,
Woche,
obviously was, but you felt
abliefern.
even better on tape. It was
Wilson.
really something to watch.
Yeah, what I loved was how he spread it around. A lot of people
Und ich glaube,
involved in
das
the
schafft
passing
er.
offense. 4
Erster Lauf,
touchdown passes
6 Jahre.
culminated it.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Fängt schon mal gut an.
Here's Wilson. That's into the hands
Da
of his
ist
tight end,
Beasley.
Disley.
Neues First Down. Ganz einfach und langsam nach vorne arbeiten. Wir haben keine Hektik. Denn das Spiel ist auf unserer Seite bisher. Es läuft für uns. Warum sollen wir uns da stressen lassen?
And they'll get this to Ruggs on the jet sweep.
Schöner Lauf, Henry Ruggs. Und damit ist das erste Quarter schon vorbei.
These two teams all tied after one.
Und an unseren Offensivsnaps sieht man, dass wir nicht lange auf dem Feld waren. Bisher. So.
This is Carson.
Und schöner Lauf, Chris Carson.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson completes this out left to
2003 und damit müssen wir beim, genau, 2001.
A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4 down territory even if they don't get it though.
So.
Here's Carson. And
Und
he's
das
got
ist
the
neues
first
First Down.
before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in a big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Got it open, man. It's Ruggs.
Schön.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of
schöner
how
Lauf.
things are
Chris
going and
Carson.
have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
So.
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in
Ja, und
contact
jetzt
with.
reden sie auch
They'd love to get their
nochmal
hands on
wie in
those
der letzten
unnamed
Woche
sources,
schon
wouldn't they?
darüber,
But
dass
they
wir ein
know
paar
that that's
Probleme im
not
Lockerroom
possible,
haben,
so I think they've got to go in
wo ja
there
eins
and make
davon
sure
DK
that this
Metcalf
isn't a
ist,
distraction. They also know that once the grumbling
der ja
starts, it
nicht
becomes
damit
a slippery
einverstanden
slope
ist,
and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit
wie
some guys
wenig
down
er
and
den
say,
Ball
hey, look, we're
bekommt.
still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's
Aber
better off doing that
bisher,
than
finde
throwing
ich,
an
setzen wir ihn
incompletion or
relativ
even
gut
worse,
ein.
an interception.
And he's
Den
just going to
ersten
get
Mal
rid
weg.
of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's
So.
3rd. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Weiter und
They run
7.
it with Carson.
Und
And
schön,
inside
neues
the
First Down.
15, shy of the 10.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
They'll throw on 1st down with, and he's going to go down.
Und das war ein ordentlicher Sack.
17.
Hamilton mit dem Sack.
Hamilton, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. So after a rare misstep on this drive,
Happy.
they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson flushed out right.
Und DK Metcalf, perfekt geblockt für Wilson. Und unser nächster Touchdown. Und dann sieht man gleich nochmal DK da oben am Rande. Schönes Tackling und dadurch konnten wir in die Endzone laufen und haben den Touchdown. Und da ist er, der PAT, und er steht 14:7. Und weg mit der Pille. Da ist er.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation.
Das hätte schon sein können, Brooks, aber
Obviously not. We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker, maybe a defensive end.
Trevor Lawrence nimmt uns laufmäßig auseinander. Das ist...
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7.
Mal schön zu sehen.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones.
Und da hat den nächsten Mann offen.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts.
Jetzt nehmen wir mal das Timeout, damit wir am Ende vielleicht sogar noch ein bisschen Zeit haben. Und da ist Kuna Ford mit dem Sack. Yes. Stark durchgekommen von Kuna Ford.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence.
Und den hat Brooks. Den hat John Brooks.
He's got daylight. He's at the 40, 20.
Und das ist die Interception. Und der zweite Pick 6 von Jordan Brooks. Und wieder bei einer Route auf Snow Jr. Yes!
It's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I would play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Und da ist der PAT gut. 21:7, 1 Minute 3 noch. Und jetzt ärgert es mich, dass ich die Timeouts genommen habe. Obwohl, wer weiß, ob er dann die Interception hat und den Pick 6 von Brooks. Aber schön gemacht. Und der Return war stark von Agnew. Aber bisher keine Chance.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Und da ist Bobby Wagner. Jetzt fangen die Jaguars an.
As the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Ihre Timeout zu nehmen.
2nd and 5 now. Lawrence. That's going to be caught. It's Chenault. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark.
Der gesessen von Biggs.
Down inside the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Und da ist das Timeout und jetzt sollten sie eigentlich genau versuchen, das Field Goal zu kicken. Und mit 10:21 sollten wir dann in die Halbzeit gehen. Wenn jetzt der Return nicht einen Touchdown bringt, ist das auch so. Weil ich werde dann nicht mehr viel machen. Ja, und da wird nicht mehr viel passieren. Vielleicht nochmal ein Lauf.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
So.
And defensively, they're just
Und
looking
das
to
war's.
keep him
Und
contained as
wir
they're able
hören
to
uns
get him down.
nach der Halbzeit.
Halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona, where it was the visiting Packers who were able to come in and win this one on the road. Randall Cobb, well over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. From there, we get up to the Rocky Mountains to check on the Broncos at home in Denver. And it's the visiting Washington football team who have the lead in that one. Antonio Gibson with a couple of touchdowns there. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. Matthew Stafford, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. We continue on with the check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags, and they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, we check out their numbers on the ground, as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both these teams going through their final adjustments before heading back
So,
out
wir bleiben
of the
bei
locker
Running
room.
Zeit und
Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field, where we
versuchen,
rejoin
Trevor
Brandon
Lawrence
Gott.
wie schon gegen die Saints mit den Medium-Passrouten zu schlagen. Und da war der Return. Und jetzt kommt Wilson wieder aufs Feld. Starke erste Halbzeit von ihm in dem einen Drive, den er hatte. Der hat zum Touchdown geführt, muss man aber auch dazu sagen. Mal gucken, wie es jetzt losgeht. Die zweite Halbzeit. Stark. Yards gemacht. Man kann sich nicht beschweren.
Now that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Ja.
Now left side, a completion to his tight
Das
end.
ist Everett, unser Tight End, mit weiteren Yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot
Und
for them
schöner
to
Lauf von Chris
really try
Carson.
and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Es gibt ordentlich Yards.
Now on the ground on just 7 carries. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because
Und
they're
da ist
leading from the front,
Henry Ross.
counting on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route,
Neues First Down.
going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get
Und
to
wir
the
machen
football.
da weiter, wo wir in der ersten Halbzeit aufgehört haben. Ruhiges und kontrolliertes Footballspiel.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of
Und der
bounds,
nächste
taking
Lauf
it
von
just
Wilson.
shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open.
So.
But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the
2001.
rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Und das ist das nächste First Down für uns.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
So, und Touchdown. Chris Carson. Aber leider Ponzig mit der Verletzung. Aber wir haben den Touchdown. Und bei dem Spiel sollte er nicht, oder sollte er nur medium verletzt sein, Ponzig, lassen wir ihn natürlich draußen, ist ja klar. Und unser Center ist gar nicht mehr bereit für dieses Spiel zurückzukommen. Und ich hoffe nur, dass es für dieses Spiel ist. Weil der Center, den Center zu verlieren, derjenige, der die Snaps macht. Das muss gar nicht sein. Das will ich auch gar nicht. Und da haben wir Trevor Lawrence. Schön.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound. It's hard to execute.
Hey Arnold!
He's going to be
Der
dropped forward,
Footballschädel.
pick up a 7.
Von Nickelodeon damals.
Let's not quibble about the game there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Still going. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On first down, Lawrence finds the open target, Arnold. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard
und jetzt haben sie Arnold frei.
And that's patience to be admired right there because he looks left, looks right, and waits for the right guy to come open, spots him in the middle of the field, and delivers.
They go play action with Lawrence. Rolling to his right.
Und wir verpassen wieder mit Dix das Tackle.
And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
Ja.
Lawrence with the handoff.
Und da ist Bobby Wagner.
Fight his way down right around the 12. Bobby Wagner, the all-pro, in on the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Again, it's Robinson.
Und da haben wir ihn wieder. Robinson.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Nein! Schade. Und da ist der Touchdown. Hey Arnold! Mit dem Touchdown. Für die Jaguars. Und da ist der PAT gut. Und jetzt kommen wir wieder aufs Feld. Wenn wir das Ding relativ ruhig zu Ende spielen, sollte hier eigentlich nichts mehr passieren. Alleine durch die beiden Picks, die wir geschenkt bekommen haben. Und der Lauf könnte nirgendwo enden. Ja, und da endet er auch. Nirgendwo. So. Drittes Quarter ist vorbei. Und jetzt starten wir das letzte Quarter.
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on
Los geht's.
EA Sports.
Der Lauf war gut.
74 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for
Neues first down.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big
Machen's
adjustment.
langsam, aber gut.
Making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take
Das
off
ist
and
die
go.
Hauptsache. Langsam nach vorne arbeiten.
On 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun.
Und der Lauf war auch in Ordnung wieder von Chris Carson.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those
Das nächste First Down.
Keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Also bisher läuft es hier für uns extrem stark.
On 1st down. It's Carson.
Und der nächste gute Lauf von Chris Carson.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive
Jetzt
line
gerade
has got
klappt
some
alles.
smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want.
Und den hat Henry Ruggs. Touchdown.
Henry Ruggs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage. Now Myers for the extra point.
Und so ein Spiel tut echt mal wieder gut.
5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
So ein dominantes Spiel, vor allen Dingen, nachdem wir ja die letzten 3 Wochen mehr oder weniger sehr gestruggelt haben und auch ein bisschen geflattert haben, muss ich sagen, auch offensivmäßig. Vom Spiel her. Ist das doch mal wieder gut. Und da ist Bobby Wagner mit dem Tackle gegen Hey Arnold.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time? Hopefully with a chance to win.
Ich wollte eigentlich den Defender haben, der genau seine Route abdeckt.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Und da kommen wir nicht dran für den Pick. Also man muss sagen, das Momentum, das hilft schon, wenn man die Hauptroute zumindest von dem Play sieht. Das ist schon eine geile Hilfe.
They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. The throw taken in. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
Und da dann Vertical Versuch.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now this one to his tight
Und
end
da
on
ist
the
wieder
right
Arnold.
side. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. Here's Lawrence to throw. He completes it to Jones. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And Shark hauls it in. Touchdown! DJ Shark. His second
Das war ein
touchdown
schöner
of the
Drive
afternoon. And the Jaguars
von den
have got it
Jaguars.
back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Aber es ist halt immer noch ein Two-Score-Game.
And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So 2 scores
Und wenn sie
down,
natürlich
time
den Onside-Kick
definitely not an
versuchen,
ally,
ist ja
but
klar.
here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks looks like they've recovered. They have.
Und den hat DK
They
Metcalf.
needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did it. Jaguar pressure
Ja.
and a Jaguar sack.
Den
The
war gar nicht gut.
Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And he will find his man
Und
Ruggs.
den hat Henry Ruggs
He's out of
schön.
bounds
Ein neues
inside
First
the
Down.
35.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get
Da
defenders
könnte die
going in
rote
the
für
wrong
Lacke
direction,
komplett frei
it is
werden.
awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Able to get away. Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out.
Der ist im Aus.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to,
gehabt.
having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores. Pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this one
schade.
incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. He's
Und den hat Everett.
That's Everett,
Und
the
das
tight
ist
end.
der Touchdown.
Seahawks.
Für uns.
Gerald Everett, his 2nd touchdown of the
Und
season. And the Seahawks are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
der Drive, der war jetzt ein bisschen sehr struggelig, aber am Ende haben wir den Touchdown. Er spiked die Luft, anstatt den Ball, den er in der anderen Hand hat. So verwirrt sind die Spieler jetzt auch schon von dem Spiel. Wir wissen jetzt leider seit den letzten 3 Wochen nicht mehr, wie das geht mit dem Jubel. Und das ist, ja, muss man sagen, das bisher angenehmste Spiel seit Franchise-Beginn eigentlich. Aber wir wissen halt auch, wer der Gegner ist. Und das macht es dann doch nochmal ein bisschen einfacher.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Here's 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. And this one incomplete.
Der kommt auch nicht an.
So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Lawrence going to throw again.
Und der auch nicht. Und jetzt hat er noch 15 Sekunden.
This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Und der ist weg.
Complete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call.
Illegal Forward Pass von der Offense. Aber das nehmen wir nicht an. Wir nehmen das Turnover und Down. Und gehen zum Quarterback Kneel, zur Victory Formation. Und holen uns den Sieg gegen die Jaguars. Yes!
But Charles, it's one thing to win, it's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking.
Spricht natürlich nicht für uns, dass ich mich hier über einen Sieg gegen die Jaguars so freue, wie ich es jetzt gerade tue, aber das zeigt auch, wie die letzten 3 Wochen abgingen bei uns, und da tut dann doch wirklich so ein Spiel extrem gut. So. Dann schauen wir mal, was im Hauptmenü auf uns wartet. Vielleicht ja die Kündigung von DK, dass er gehen will. Ne, gar nichts. Also können wir eine neue Injury und das ist ja unser Center. 4 Wochen. Aber das Gute ist, nächste Woche haben wir Bye Week und dann gegen Green Bay. Also gehen wir gleich mal. Das wollte ich gar nicht. Gehen wir gleich mal eine Woche vor. Advanced Week into der Bye Week. Damit stehen wir 6-2, 5-3, 4-3, 1-7. Nicht schlecht. Das interessiert uns nicht wirklich. Wir machen kurz das Training. Hoffen, dass sich keiner verletzt. Sieht nicht so aus. Also können wir weitergehen. Wenn, ist er sowieso nächste Woche wieder dabei. So. Upgrade Automatic. Und gehen nochmal eine Woche vor. Schauen, wie wir dann in der Division stehen. 6-2, 6-3, 5-3. Also das wird ein Dreierrennen zwischen 49ers, Rams und wir haben den Platz der Cardinals eigentlich so gesehen angenommen. Ja. Call it quit. Okay. Ich gucke mir das mal an und informiere euch in der nächsten Woche, was das heißt. Also diese nächste Folge gegen die Green Bay Packers. Ich hoffe, euch hat diese Folge gefallen und sage Dankeschön fürs Zuschauen. Und wir sehen uns in der nächsten Folge wieder, wenn es heißt Let's Play Madden NFL 22.